Hi, I'm Jose Ferrer, Product Line Manager for Oil Lift Technology, representing progressing cavity pumps, drive heads, and rod lock BOPs. With me, Van Gwen. He's our production supervisor and has over 2 decades of experience building, servicing, and training drive heads and rod lock BOPs. In this video, we're gonna show you how to install and remove the Fluid Lock Zero Spill stuffing box on our drive heads, in this case, the G2000.
Oil Lift's patented top-mounted field-serviceable zero-spill stuffing box with dual-seal fluid lock technology is a standard feature on Oil Lift drive heads. Zero-spill stuffing boxes are engineered to eliminate well site leaks around the rod string and prevent lube oil contamination while providing long service intervals and low maintenance requirements. Before we begin, please remember that safety is always the top priority on the well site. Ensure you are equipped with the proper PPE in good functioning condition, including hard hat, eye protection, hand protection. Also, please follow all applicable well site and shop safety regulations and policies. Detailed instructions for the procedures covered in this video are available in Oil Lift Technology's operations and maintenance manuals. Standard well site approved tools required for this task include dead blow hammer, mallet, heavy copper hammer, mallet, metric and imperial hex keys, imperial socket set, breaker bar, pry bars, adjustable wrench, rags and brake cleaner, a marker, and a drain bucket for waste oil. You will also need the specialty tools shown here to perform this task. Please contact Oil Lift Technology for these tools. Before attempting to service the stuffing box, isolate the well by locking out the polish rod with the rod lock clamp. Use the bleed valve to confirm that the rod lock clamp is sealed. To confirm that the rod string is secure, use the CRL-proof load tool prior to removing the polished rod clamp. As shown here, Oil Lift stuffing boxes consist of a series of bushings, washers, seals, spacers, springs, and other component parts. Keep area clean. Carefully adhering to the steps outlined in the manual and using OEM parts is critical to ensuring proper stuffing box functioning. Please refer to the product manual for detailed procedures. Once the well has been isolated, the stuffing box can be safely removed following these procedures. Drain the oil by removing the cover from the bottom of the brake drum and opening the drain valve into a clean container. Approximately 40 liters of oil will need to be drained. Close the drain valve and put the cover back. Remove the polished rod guard if not already removed from previous step. Remove the polished rod clamp and anti-ejection clamp assembly if installed. Inspect for condition, replace if damaged or used more than 5 times. Install polished rod bullet if not installed already. Remove the socket head cap screws in the drive nut. Place hammer wrench, OLT tool, on top of drive nut and tighten the bolts to secure. Loosen the drive nut with the hammer wrench and a heavy hammer. Note that the drive nut is a left-handed thread. Turn clockwise to loosen it. Remove the hammer wrench and reinstall the bolts into the drive nut and static seal carrier. Remove the drive nut. The static seal carrier will be removed with the drive nut. Remove the static seals, Teflon spacer, and steel washer and discard. Retain the static seal carrier for reuse. Note, do not reuse the packing. Using packing puller tool, remove each row of the packing. Note condition, orientation, and discard. Remove the remaining parts in the entire standpipe using the following steps. Remove the 2 standpipe retaining bolts and washers from the side of the base plate. Discard bolts and washers. Take time to align standpipe removal pins and threads with their corresponding holes in the standpipe. Install the standpipe removal tool and lift using 2 pry bars to remove from the bore in the base plate. Once out, lift over polished rod. Inspect for wear or discoloration. The flush-proof fluid lock assembly and packing spring will come out with the standpipe. Inspect for condition and discard. Clean and inspect inside of main shaft as best as possible. Inspect polished rod for damage and corrosion. Note the condition. Now, let's walk through reinstalling the new standpipe. Attach standpipe removal tool to the top of the new standpipe. Lightly lubricate the O-rings at the base of the new standpipe. Carefully lower the standpipe over the polished rod. Tap the top of the tool with a rubber hammer until the standpipe reaches the bottom. Insert thin Allen key into one of the standpipe bolt holes and turn the standpipe until the Allen key pushes through and contacts the polished rod. Place new steel washers and new sealing washer on the standpipe bolts and install both into base plate. Tighten to 45 foot-pounds. Check that the standpipe can move freely from side to side and remove tool. To install stuffing box, follow these steps. Lightly lubricate O-rings on fluid lock seal carrier with grease. Orient with the brass labyrinth on the bottom and install into main shaft over standpipe. Using the packing pusher tool, carefully tap the top with a rubber mallet until fully bottomed out. Ensure there is no seal or O-ring damage during installation by looking inside main shaft for O-ring material. Install the spring bushing. Use the packing pusher tool to push down if necessary. Note: spring bushing of fluid lock kit is a single piece part without seals or O-rings. Ensure the spring bushing is on top of the packing spring. Install a new packing set by tapping each row using the packing pusher tool and a rubber mallet, making sure that no fibers are caught between the standpipe and alternating the seams by 90 degrees to 120 degrees. Ensure the last row of packing sits below the top of the standpipe. Apply grease to the new O-rings on the outside of the seal carrier before install. Install static seal carrier assembly over the polished rod and slide into the main shaft. Tap into place with a rubber mallet. Install new static seals with grease and install with chevron facing down and Teflon spacer between the two seals and steel washer on top. Apply a small amount of anti-seize to the drive nut threads and lower the drive nut over the polished rod. Thread on to main shaft until it bottoms out on the top of main shaft using the drive nut wrench. Make a mark with a paint pen between the drive nut and the main shaft. Back off the nut and line up the 5/16 socket cap screw holes in the static seal carrier. Install both bolts and tighten. Using the drive nut wrench, turn the nut back to the paint mark made earlier. Tighten the drive nut with 3 heavy blows using a heavy copper hammer and the drive nut wrench. Check that paint marks are at least 5 millimeters apart. Reinstall the polished rod clamp and hold down hook plates if available as per the IOM. Install the polished rod guard. Fill the oil to the full level on the sight glass. De-isolate well and prepare for startup.
And now back to Australia, where they're gonna show us how to start up the drive head after the service is done.
After work has been performed on the stuffing box, it is important to complete the following steps in order to ensure performance and reliability. Start drive head at 100 RPMs and let it run for 30 minutes before ramping up. Check for leaks and adjust pressure accordingly. Check the manual for further details. Once started, confirm stuffing box pressure and verify full range function by briefly adjusting the PRB clockwise to maximize pressure. Record maximum achievable pressure, then reduce to 175 psi. If unable to achieve greater than 500 psi lube pressure prior to shutdown, you will need to replace the lube pump and/or PRV. Maintain 175 psi for 1 hour minimum before increasing PCP speed or stuffing box pressure. Once fluid reaches surface, set stuffing box pressure as specified in Section 6 in the manual.